Today, we're turning the most iconic characters from The Little Mermaid into their opposites. I'll pick a character, find their key traits and colors, and then flip everything to create their opposite versions. Maybe Ursula and Ariel will end up being best friends in this new version. Stay tuned, because at the end, we'll have a whole new story about how The Little Mermaid looks with these flipped characters. Let's start with Grimsby. Grimsby is Prince Eric's loyal servant, always there to help, even when Eric gets into trouble. Grimsby has 3 important traits. He's loyal, he's traditional, and he's caring. And what color fits all this? Gray. Gray is the color of something calm and reliable. It might be a little dull, but always trustworthy. Let's turn Grimsby upside down. Now, a flashy troublemaker who thrives on disorder. Loyal becomes traitorous, turns on the kingdom. Traditional becomes rebellious, disrupts every system. Caring becomes indifferent, detached and self-serving. New color, bright orange, loud, wild, and impossible to ignore. Chaos score, 7.5, totally unpredictable, but super entertaining. Grimsby, from loyal butler to chaos in a suit. Let's dive into Scuttle, the goofy, unpredictable seagull who always has something interesting to say, even if it's completely wrong. Scuttle is funny, often without even trying. He's stubborn, thinking he knows everything, especially when he's explaining human stuff like the dingle hopper, which, by the way, is actually a fork, but don't tell Scuttle that. And of course, he's always ready to help Ariel. His color? White, just like his fluffy feathers that get ruffled by the wind. Let's mess with Scuttle. Now, a gloomy presence who's more confused than helpful. Funny becomes serious, joyless and tense. Stubborn becomes unsure, constantly second-guessing. Helpful becomes indifferent. No interest in others. New color, black, from breezy to broody. Chaos score, 6, the fun is totally gone. Scuttle, the humorless bird with 0 vibes. All right, let's talk about Sebastian, the red crab who always tries to keep Ariel out of trouble. He's the responsible one, making sure Ariel doesn't do anything too crazy. He's loyal, always by her side. And of course, he loves music. He's got those tunes that'll get stuck in your head for days. His color, a bright, fiery red, just like his energetic personality. Let's flip Sebastian and see what happens. Sebastian, the crab that crashed the party. Responsible becomes reckless, creates chaos. Loyal becomes selfish, looks out for himself only. Musical becomes tone-deaf, off-key and off-beat. New color, dull brown, lifeless and drained. Chaos score, 5. Total downgrade, but still kind of funny to watch fail. Now, a noisy mess with no rhythm or reason. Sorry for the interruption, but before we continue with the video, I have a little favor. I'm trying to reach 1,000 subs, and I would really appreciate it if you would subscribe and support me. Thank you so much. Okay, let's continue. Let's dive into King Triton, the mighty ruler of the ocean with a serious, don't mess with me vibe. Triton has 3 main traits. First, he's protective, always looking out for Ariel and keeping her safe. Second, he's powerful, holding that magical trident that gives him control over the seas. Third, he's wise, always following the rules and making the best decisions for his kingdom. His color? Gold, showing he is a great king. Time to shake up King Triton. Now, a powerless figure lost in his own kingdom. Protective becomes careless, ignores danger. Powerful becomes weak, no control left. Wise becomes foolish. Bad ideas, worse decisions. New color, muddy brown, faded and dull. Chaos score, 3, not the king we need, not the king we want. King Triton, the sea king who lost the plot. Now we have Flounder. We all know Flounder as Ariel's sweet, loyal, and cautious best friend. He's the fish who's always there to support her, making sure she doesn't do anything too crazy. His color, a bright, cheerful yellow, just like his sunny personality. Time to flip Flounder on his head. Flounder, the betrayal fish. Friendly becomes cold, distant and detached. Loyal becomes unfaithful. Quick to betray, cautious becomes reckless. Rushes into danger. New color, purple, dark and moody. Chaos score, 6.5, brings drama, but not the kind Ariel needs. Now, a reckless wildcard with no loyalty left. Next one, Ursula. Ursula is the villain in Disney's The Little Mermaid. She is a cunning and manipulative sea witch who attempts to deceive Ariel with a dangerous deal, trading her voice for human legs. She's confident, manipulative, and always has a big dramatic moment. Her color? A dark, menacing purple, just like her whole vibe. Let's mess with Ursula. Ursula, the mellow sea life coach. Manipulative becomes honest, open about intentions, confident becomes insecure, full of self-doubt. Theatrical becomes reserved, quiet, and withdrawn. New color, beige, dull and unthreatening. Chaos score, 9, a shocking twist. Just maybe not villain material anymore. Now, a soft-spoken ex-villain barely making waves. Now, let's move on to the next and final character. Ariel is the curious, adventurous, and kind-hearted mermaid from The Little Mermaid. She dreams of exploring the human world and is always eager to experience new things. Her bright red hair matches her vibrant, bold personality. Let's turn Ariel upside down. Ariel, the gray shadow of her former self. Curious becomes apathetic. No interest in the world. Adventurous becomes timid. Too afraid to act kind becomes selfish, focused only on herself. New color, gray, flat, and faded. Chaos score, 6.5. Still Ariel, but with the lights off. Now, a distant, dulled version of who she once was. Remember we promised you a whole new story? Well, here it comes, The Little Mermaid, reimagined like never before.
The Little Mermaid, the Chaos Edition. In this version of the ocean, everything has changed. The sea is no longer lively and colorful. It is dark and silent, with no magic. Everything seems to have come to a standstill, just like the characters. Ariel is no longer curious or adventurous. She no longer cares about exploring the human world. When she finds a human artifact, she just says, "I don't care." Her once vibrant personality has faded. Flounder, her best friend, is now distant. "Go check out that sunken ship on your own," he says. He even betrays her secrets to King Triton. Ariel can no longer rely on him. King Triton, who once protected the ocean, is now passive. "Ursula is here? Hey, whatever," he says. His golden trident now lies forgotten on the seafloor. He no longer protects the ocean. Ursula, who used to be the evil sea witch, now sees that Ariel has been abandoned. Everyone has left her, and Ursula feels her pain. Ariel has no one left, she thinks. Instead of manipulating her, Ursula decides to offer her support. She finally understands what it means to be alone, and extends her help and friendship to Ariel. The two, once enemies, now become best friends. They find comfort in each other's shared sense of emptiness and loss. The ocean is now a quiet, empty place with no magic. Where there once was color and adventure, there is now only silence. But in that silence, Ariel and Ursula find each other. Two broken souls supporting each other in the chaos of the ocean. It's a strange but beautiful friendship.
And that's how the ocean changes when our favorite characters turn into their opposites. What did you think of the twists? Which one shocked you the most? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that bell so you're the first to join us for our next wild adventure. Until the next splash, keep your fins ready for the next adventure.